Hey there, folks. So, welcome to the January Loot Crate unboxing. Loot Crate is one of those services. They're kind of on life support, double secret probation, whatever you want to call it. I've been subscribing to them for about 3.5 years now, and I've seen the quality of the boxes go down. I have people constantly challenging me on, especially the geek videos. Well, what do you want? What do you want for $20? What do you want for $10? What do you want for $30? Depending on the service. Here's what I want. I want brief little moments of joy in my day. The whole idea, man. The first thing that I thought about Loot Crate and Nerd Blog when I got them. If you remember back when you were a little kid, and remember when you were a child and you got a piece of mail, you didn't care who it was from, you didn't care where you got it. You got a piece of mail, and there was that anticipation, and there was that joy, and there was like, oh my God. Think about the moments when you were a little kid, and a relative would randomly gift you something. It was just like, oh my God, this is so cool. That's what I'm looking for from these services. Now, the gentleman side stuff, a little more utilitarian. Like, the accessories that I get from Gentleman's Box, from Sprezza Box, the grooming stuff that I get from Birchbox, those are completely different than the geek side stuff. The geek side stuff I tend to think of more as that relative, hey Panda, we got you a gift. And it's like, oh my God, a gift for me, yes! And I've not had those moments of joy. I've had to have a discussion with my partners about, getting me gifts because, my last birthday was kind of a misfire because they keep thinking, well, what should we get them? What should we get them? And it was just kind of like, I was thinking in this direction, they were thinking in that direction. So my 45th birthday was kind of like one of my unboxing videos. Oh, what? Oh, this is a thing. Okay. So I told him, it's like, at least ask me, what are you thinking about? In what direction are you going so we can get you a gift that you'll actually like? And Christmas was just, my one partner got me this amazing pen from Field Notes. I'm kind of going through a Field Notes phase, little notebooks. I've seen, as a matter of fact, I have a stack. I know several years ago I got some Field Notes. I think they were custom Field Notes in a Loot Crate box. So anyway, there was this amazing wooden chrome pen, and it's gorgeous, and it's pretty, and it feels amazing in my hands, and I love it. That was a moment of joy. So what I'm really looking for from these boxes is just a few moments of joy. It's 2018. As I'm making this video, it's January 17th, 2018. And, I don't like to get too political on this channel, but at the risk of losing a couple subscribers, I'm going to say it, man. It's a shitty fucking world we're in right now. Agent Orange has taken us to a point where, it's like if you ever had that friend that you took to a party who pissed in the punch bowl, took a shit in the sink in the bathroom, hit on every single one of your friends, including like your best friends from childhood that you look at as more of a sibling than your friend, hit on them and may have even tried to, get a little too freaky and touchy with them. I keep thinking, this is the guy who ran on the platform Make America Great Again, and holy fuck, this country is anything but great in the international community picture. We have like long alleys. They're in the United States. They're not with us right now. Speaking as a queer male, I have seen this again and again and again. I have been attacked. My transgender siblings have been under attack. It sounds dumb, but getting these boxes, man, just little moments of joy. That's what I'm trying to do to get through the day. Little moments of joy. Just something to kind of make me forget for even a few minutes, like, oh, shit, really? I look on Facebook, and it's just like, what has Dum Dum Donald done now? For those of you to kind of recenter us, those of you who are geek-centric may know of a webpage, When has DC done something stupid? I am amazed that someone has not done a webpage. When has Donald Trump done something stupid? Because, well, it would constantly be refreshing. Just always. That would be like a full-time job to maintain that page. So anyway, I have not been getting little moments of joy out of Loot Crate, which is kind of why, if you'll see me do a video, if there's something that's commercially produced, something that has a UPC code, as long as it's something with a UPC code that gives me a moment of joy, something when I see it's like, oh my God, that's so cool. But a lot of it is just like liquidation stock, man. A movie comes out and then, 6 months later, stores are trying to liquidate all of that movie merchandise, and then here comes Loot Crate. Hey, we'll buy it up. Or way back then, here comes Nerd Block. Hey, we'll buy it up, and it goes in the boxes, man. Why do I want commercial cast-offs that didn't sell well? I mean, I think a great example in one of the final Loot Crate boxes, they put some DC Bombshell stuff in there. Well, all the good characters were gone. You were left with the scraps. Nobody gives a shit about Poison Ivy. We want fucking Batgirl and Wonder Woman. I'm sorry. So anyway. Loot Crate is on the chopping block because I am not getting little moments of joy, man. I watched some of those first videos that I got from them, and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool, this is so cool. And I was waiting for the next one, and now when a Loot Crate shows up, I'm like, oh, fuck. I gotta make a video on this, because if I don't, people are gonna start sending me messages like, did you go off the air? Did you take your channel away? It's like, no. Loot Crate has just sent me some shitty boxes. So anyway, we are going to hope. I keep saying maybe they finally learned the lesson. Maybe from Nerd Block going down, they have realized that shitty boxes don't survive. And speaking of Nerd Block, I recently discovered that Shirt Punch is back from the dead and under new ownership. And I think I had about 6 shirts that I had in queue for production. And the punchline is my login credentials still worked. I logged in, and there's order processing. So I sent them an email. It's like, hey, I know you're in the management and everything. I'm kind of like one of your old customers. What are we going to do with these shirts? So instead of saying, hey, you know what, it is a gesture of good faith, we're going to run the production on them and we're going to send them out. Instead, they're like, here's a $15 credit. So, we'll see. I'll see what the new Shirt Punch looks like. The nice thing is, I've pretty much gotten out of daily t-shirt addiction at this point in time. Ripped Apparel jacked their prices up at the beginning of last year. And then, Shirt Punch took a shit and took a lot of money with it. So I've just kind of gotten out of the habit of, when I wake up, check this, check that, check in on this on the phone, go to Shirt Punch, go to Ripped Apparel. But we'll see. And my God, we're 8 minutes into this, and I haven't even seen what's in the box. So let us do that. So I see the T-shirt. First thing I'm gonna say, little moments of joy. Loot Crate. Do we need a big, huge box if we're putting so little stuff inside? I get that we're kind of doing the custom interior theme for the box and everything, and that's cool. But really, the box is about half full. I know you've got black T-shirts. We'll take the black T-shirt out so y'all can see what's in here. That's it. This is not a little moments of joy box, I don't think. But again, let's see what we've got in here. So I'm going to kind of switch things out. Usually I do the T-shirt last. Instead, I'm going to do the T-shirt first. The T-shirt is something related to Destiny. Is it Destiny? Destiny 2. I'm not a huge fan of FPS-style games. I'm going to say that right now. As a gamer, give me a good RPG. Give me a good MMO RPG that doesn't have a hyper-toxic community. I lost so much of my life to World of Warcraft from, 2004 up to about 2013 or 14. I still raid with my old guild and everything, but, FPSs, man, Jesus Christ. I saw that story on the news about the guy who got swatted by a fucking bitter, toxic gamer somewhere on the West Coast. Here's a guy in corn country who gets swatted, goes to his front door, man. There's fucking Popo machine gun, opens the door, pop, one shot, all because some fucking FPS Call of Duty dick. His little penis felt that much smaller because of the game. I just can't get into FPSs, man. I'm sorry. I think a lot of it has to do with the mechanics. A lot of it has to do with the type of gamer those games draw. So, I'm glad that Destiny is doing well, and I'm glad that people like it. This is just not a me franchise. So let's see what else we've got in here. The pin. Now, one thing I'll say. This is December 2017. Holy fucking shit, kids. Why am I getting the December 2017 box in the middle of January? So anyway, the one thing that I will say Loot Crate always does well is their pins. I'm kind of, believe it or not, I'm kind of cleaning my room. If you watch the old videos, that wire rack shelving was not always there, so I'm kind of trying to put some things around it. If you watch those old videos, Loot Crate really upped their pin game, and that is the one thing that they will always do very, very, very well. Once upon a time, they just had little cheap Button-matic buttons in there, and it's kind of like, okay, that's cute. Stock art, oh, that's cute, goody goody. But a few years ago, they really just brought it in terms of these pins. This is something, especially because it's not directly branded. I think that's the LC logo in place of that last window. So because this is not branded to a franchise, I would wear this on like a jacket. I would wear this on a messenger bag. I would absolutely wear this in a heartbeat. So let's keep going. The next thing we have is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 16-month 2018 calendar. I will... So, once upon a time, I had a calendar in my room, and I kept a calendar in my room, and then I went digital, and I no longer needed calendars. But, goddamn, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, man, that was probably one of my top 5 films from 2017. In the big picture, man, it was like, I think, for me personally, I'm going to own the me personally line, because God forbid, I'm going to make 2 controversial statements here. Controversial one, I think all-time favorite film of 2017 was Star Wars The Last Jedi. I know that there are nerds who get pissy about that because they've decided, oh my god, flying Princess Leia, because apparently they fucking forgot at the end of Return of the Jedi, she's Luke Skywalker's fucking brother and she is Force-enabled. Yes, she is going to subconsciously use the Force to try and preserve her life when she is thrown out into the vacuum of space. Fucking dummies. Sorry, I'm ranting here. Star Wars Last Jedi, favorite film. For me, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was like number 2. The themes in there, just the father-son relationship, the surrogate relationship between Yondu and Peter, and the moment when Yondu sacrifices himself. Every time I see that film, I am just a fucking blubbery ball of tears. Don't look at me. I was watching that on a flight back on Labor Day, and I was watching that on my system. As we're landing, we get to that scene, and I'm just fucking bawling. Meanwhile, the person sitting to my right in the center of the seat, she's like, "Can we get to the gate so I can get away from this fucking weird crying fat guy?" So that was my number 2. I'm really going to go controversial here when we hear what number 4 is. I think Thor Ragnarok was my number 3. That was just a fun fucking movie. Superhero films do not have to be these hyper serious socio-political statements. For me, just everything about that film was goddamn fun. I saw it 3 times in the theater. I'm waiting for the DVD to come out. Just everything about that movie was fun. And again, the diehards are like, it's so jokey. We can't always have goddamn superheroes in moments of angst. I think little moments of joy. For me, a superhero film was like a 2.5 hour moderate moment of joy. Number 4, again, get the attacks ready, kid. Wonder Woman was number 4. It was not my number 1, not my number 2, not my number 3. I thought it was good. I thought it was necessary. But again, it was a little serious. It was a little heavy-handed. I understand that, we can't have Diana doing fun, jokey things all the time. But, it was uplifting at the end, but the journey to get there, man, especially that war footage, was just kind of emotionally harrowing, especially realizing that, we're in 2017 when the fucking orange man-child has us in the state of just constant, perpetual anxiety. My thought is like, God damn, if you're real, Diana, please fucking come and go to Washington and do something about this orange douchebag. Then you walk out of the theater into the real world, and hey, what is Dum Dum done now? Flashed right up on your Facebook. So anyway, Guardians 2 was like one of my absolute favorite films of this past year. So I will put this up just for that. I mean, like I said, between Yondu and Rocket and that fucking breakout scene, I'm not the one to like just start audibly cheering, but goddamn, that was beautiful. So anyway, I've gone on way too long, and I'm sure I'm going to have a bunch of angry people pissing at me over, Star Wars is number 1, Wonder Woman was number 4. Yeah, fucking deal with it. Start your own channel if you don't like it. So the next thing we've got here is, I believe, Wash and Soapy Water. This is exactly what I think it is. So, our franchise is The Witcher Wild Hunt. And this is if I can get it out of the box. Alright, Loot Crate, I'm going to give you credit on this. There we go. This is a Witcher The Wild Hunt wine stopper. Now, I have no idea. I'm assuming that's one of those games I never played just because, it's one of those franchises that boasts itself on being so hard. You have videos like, you have died, you have died, you have died. It's like, why the fuck would I want to play a game like that, man? It's like this Cuphead thing. There's challenge and there's self-frustration. I don't need a video game to help me in the realm of self-frustration. I got plenty I can put on my plate for that right now, but still, the wine stopper, I like that. That's just, it's very nice. It's very heavy. It feels good in the hand, and I'm sure it will look good on a wine bottle. The next thing we have, I think we've got our card here after this. It's a comic book, IDW Loot Crate exclusives, Star Wars Adventures. Here's one of the cool things about this. So we'll show this off right now. I don't know if my comic guy will buy this or not because my comic guy is kind of a bit pissy with me at the moment. Because my comic guy is no longer my comic guy, but nonetheless, what's interesting about this is, take a look at this, man. This is Perfect Bound. I have not seen a Perfect Bound comic book in many, 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 many years. So I'm liking it. This would be something cool. I would see if I could find it digitally, but that's just me. I'm trying to do everything digitally these days. So let's go ahead. The only other thing that we have left in here is the checklist, exclusive Destiny 2 t-shirt, exclusive Star Wars Adventures graphic novel. Graphic novel, kid? Really? This is not a graphic novel. This is a prestige-bound book. I remember when I was a kid, man, Batman, The Dark Knight came presented like this. There was a point in time in the late 80s and the early 90s where, the big shelf books, the news shelf or the print shelf books at the comic shop, everybody was trying to get a prestige book out there. They were a little more expensive, but, they didn't try to market themselves as graphic novels. Come on, kids. Let's get over ourselves. What else? Loot Crate Edition, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 mini wall calendar. The exclusive, I think this is the thing I'm liking the most. The exclusive Retro Rocket metal pin. One mystery loot drop. Explore our other crates with one of our favorite exclusive marquee items from Marvel Gear and Goods, Loot Anime, Loot Gaming, and more. Y'all kind of lucked out, man. But again, this is the issue that I'm having with Loot Crate. It's kind of Ghosts of Nerd Block coming back up. Loot Anime, Loot Gaming, Loot this, Loot that. The WWE box, this box. Y'all are spreading yourselves a little too thin. Like I said, I didn't get a lot of, big moments of joy out of this particular box. I'd give it a C at best. Because I'm just feeling a little generous right now in the big picture of life. So anyway, that was December 2017. I think that is the last of the 2017 boxes. That is December 2017 Loot Crate. I guess theoretically any day January should be arriving, and we will get that up to you when we got it. So until then, be good to each other, stay safe out there.